Basketball star Omri Casspi has just signed a new contract with the Golden State Warriors, giving Israelis worldwide yet another reason to keep on cheering. But what lies ahead for Casspi in the upcoming seasons, given all of the recent changes in his career? Joining me now in the studio to help answer those questions is basketball commentator Simi Riger. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure, dear.
So let's begin. Do you think this was a good move for Casspi to be making?
Yes and no. Omri had a very difficult season last year because he was hurt. He also had a coach that didn't like him. At the end of the season, he moved over to Minnesota, where the coach Tom Thibodeau really liked him, and I was sure he was going to continue there. He wants to go to Golden State. He hasn't been in a playoff yet. What surprised me, and I understand from his father, that he got the telephone call a minute after the free agency began. Wow. Which means that they had him in mind the whole time. He was a top thing, and that says a lot. Mm-hmm. He's taking a lot less money than he's getting, but I guess it's worth it. And if he has a good year and he comes back with that ring that everybody wants, he can jumpstart his career again and get a big contract. If he would have had the same year as he had a year ago, mm-hmm. he would be getting $10 million a year for 2 or 3 years. Yeah, but that's part of life. It happens. And I'm very happy for him. And, you know, between me and you, as you're an American, there is a difference between Minneapolis and San Francisco.
No, absolutely. But, you know, this is now the 7th time in 8 seasons that he's switched teams, right? He's been moving around a lot. I mean, do you think, in your opinion, as somebody who has been doing this for a while, is this too much moving around for him to really get the fullest out of any team that he's playing for?
Well, he was traded. It wasn't like he was a free agent and he moved on.
Right.
He was traded, so he has no control over it. He was always under contract.
Right.
There's a big difference if you finish a contract and you move on. I think this is a very good move for him, basketball-wise, because the way that the Golden State plays is run and gun, a lot of three-point shooting, and that's his. And now you have to understand, Omri Casspi is a great kid. I spoke to general managers, and I spoke to UB Brown, a good friend of mine who's the #1 guy in the NBA on TV. And he says the coaches come an hour before the practice, Omri's already there shooting. They leave an hour after the practice, Omri's still shooting. You never hear about him getting a DUI. Right. You never hear about him hitting somebody. Never hear about him making trouble on the bench. He's a great kid. And part of that's his dad, Shimon.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that he understands what he's carrying with him. He's really representing the state of Israel as well when he's playing. And beyond that, obviously, he wants that championship. He wants it. That's why
a lot of people are willing to give up the money at the end of their career. He's not at the end of his career. Right. I think he's coming into the prime of his career, which compared to Europe would be the 32, 33 is the end of the career. Here it's your prime. And I don't think he's 30 yet. And he's a great kid, and they like him. Everybody likes him wherever he's gone. He's never been a problem. And what can I tell you? I wish him the best. I hope he wins the championship.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you.
A lot more people will be listening to my stupidity in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all hope that a team that Omri Casspi is going to win the championship. But the question is a championship on the horizon? What do you think? And also, I mean, I know he's now recovered from his thumb injury, but is that going to affect him in any way?
He recovered. He played the last month or 6 weeks of the season and did a good job with Minnesota. He wants a championship. I mean, it's very important. They're the favorites, by far the favorites, as it goes of now, because you never know what's happening, because now it's the free agency. There are rumors about Gasol going over to Boston. Marc Gasol, the young. There are a lot of things that aren't finished yet, but right now they're heads-on favorites, and it's a great team. It's a great city, a good food,
Absolutely.
And he's going to be a father in the next week or two.
Oh, that too. We have another thing to be celebrating.
That's right, and because of him, you interview me.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.